In the 1920s, nestled amidst the serene landscape of Amityville, the Dutch colonial-style house stood tall, its unsettling history hidden in the shadows of time. Fast forward to the 1970s, and the DeFeo family acquired the Amityville house in 1965. Ronald "Butch" DeFeo Jr., the troubled son of the family, struggled with drug abuse and constant conflicts within the household. On the night of November 13, 1974, a horrifying incident that would become infamous occurred when Ronald Jr. brutally murdered his entire family while they slept. His parents, Ronald Sr. and Louise, and his 4 siblings, Dawn, Allison, Mark, and John Matthew, tragically lost their lives that night. The DeFeo murders sent shockwaves through the peaceful town of Amityville and captivated the nation's attention. Ronald Jr.'s trial resulted in his conviction for multiple counts of second-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison. The house stood empty and stigmatized after the tragic events, making it difficult for anyone to purchase or inhabit the property. A year later, in 1975, the Lutz family decided to purchase the Amityville house, drawn to its spaciousness and picturesque location. George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, moved in with the hope of starting anew. Unaware of the house's dark past, they dismissed the local rumors as mere superstitions. As the Lutz family settled into their new home, strange occurrences started to take place almost immediately. Doors slammed shut on their own, unexplained cold spots chilled the air, and eerie whispers echoed through the halls. At first, they dismissed these occurrences as mere coincidences, the quirks of an old house settling into its new inhabitants. But soon, the inexplicable events intensified, growing more sinister by the day. It all began on their very first night in the house. As they prepared for bed, the Lutz's youngest daughter, Missy, complained about her new imaginary friend, a red-eyed, pig-like creature she claimed to see in her bedroom. The couple brushed off her fears, assuming it was nothing more than the imagination of a young child. But then came the nightmare that would forever change their perception of reality. George awoke in the middle of the night to find the house engulfed in an unnatural darkness. In the corner of his room, he saw a sinister figure cloaked in shadow, glaring back at him with those same red glowing eyes Missy had described. Frozen in terror, George felt an overwhelming malevolence emanating from the entity. He tried to call out to his wife, but his voice betrayed him, leaving him silenced. As days turned into weeks, the haunting intensified. Kathy began to wake up each morning with unexplained scratches and bruises on her body. The family's pet dog whimpered and cowered in fear, refusing to enter certain rooms. The walls bled a dark, viscous substance that no amount of cleaning could remove. The Lutz family was trapped in a nightmare that seemed never-ending. Desperate for answers and fearing for their lives, the Lutz family sought help from a local priest, Father Delaney. However, their pleas for assistance were met with unforeseen obstacles. The priest claimed that a malevolent force prevented him from entering the house, feeling an overwhelming sense of dread whenever he approached the property. He even suffered from a series of mysterious accidents following his attempted visit. As the weeks went on, the haunting continued to escalate, driving the Lutz family to the brink of madness. They witnessed levitating objects, heard agonizing screams coming from the walls, and experienced unnatural time loops where minutes seemed like hours. Each family member felt the oppressive presence of evil around them, suffocating and inescapable. One of the most chilling incidents involved George waking up at precisely 3:15 a.m. each night, the same time the heinous DeFeo murders took place in the house just a year before the Lutz family moved in. George's persistent waking at this specific time served as a haunting reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded within those walls. The Lutz family reached out to paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned for their expertise in the supernatural. The Warrens conducted one of the most comprehensive investigations, documenting chilling EVP recordings, temperature fluctuations, unexplained odors, and even mysterious apparitions. They discovered that the house stood atop a convergence of negative energy lines, amplifying the malevolence within its walls. The Warrens also brought in a team of experienced psychics who claimed to have sensed the presence of restless spirits trapped within the house. They reported feeling the residual energy of the DeFeo family's tragic end, suggesting that the murders had left an indelible imprint on the house. In a desperate bid to escape the malevolence that consumed their home, the Lutz family made a heart-wrenching decision to abandon everything they owned and flee the house, never to return. As they left, they claimed to have encountered a swarm of sinister, glowing-eyed creatures that seemed to follow them to the very end of the property. Despite the mounting evidence, skeptics continue to question the legitimacy of the Amityville haunting, attributing it to overactive imaginations or financial motivations. However, the Lutz family maintained their accounts, insisting that they had experienced genuine terror during their short-lived stay in the house. In the years that followed, the Amityville house changed ownership multiple times, with each family experiencing their share of unexplained phenomena. The dark legends persisted, captivating the world's imagination and inspiring numerous books and movies. To this day, the Amityville house stands as a dark landmark, capturing the curiosity of the brave and the superstitious alike. Its haunting history remains shrouded in mystery, and the events of that fateful summer of 1974 continue to be a chilling reminder of the malevolence that lurks within the walls of the Dutch colonial-style house in Amityville. The truth behind the Amityville haunting may forever remain a mystery, buried within the confines of that eerie, enigmatic house.